Hello, everybody. Hello, Year 8. Good to see you back. We're here with another lesson. So we'll start off with a joke. What is a mathematician's favorite tool? It's a multiplier. A multiplier. Multiplier. Oh, I love a good joke. Okay, so let's head on to today's lesson. I hope you guys are excited because we've got a special guest today. So get excited for whoever that's going to be. You'll see in a little bit. So today we are going to talk about dividing a quantity into a given ratio. Okay, now this is basically ratio problems part two. It's basically the same thing, but we think about it a little bit differently, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a handy tool on how to solve these questions. Now, it's called the unitary method. I don't know if you can see that there, but I'll give you a hint. Whenever you deal with ratio questions, something that's really helpful is find out how many parts are we talking about total, and then find out how much one part is worth. Okay, now I'll show you exactly what I mean in doing that question. Now, I'm going to do this question here. Hopefully you guys can still see me because at this point here, I'm going to bring in my special guest. Where is my special guest? Can I get him to come out? Give me one moment. Here we go. Here we go. Are you guys ready? We're going to get good mate, Mr. Chambers. All right. Why have I got him here? Because he's going to help us out with this question. So if for this question here, we're dividing $15,000 into the ratio of 3 to 2. And who's going to get what? Let's say Mr. K to Mr. Chambers. So Mr. K to Mr. C. I'm going to get 3 parts, and Mr. Chambers is going to get 2 parts. Okay, so I'm going to get 3, he's going to get 2. All right, enough. That was mature, wasn't it? Okay, so what we do is remember what was the hint when we're trying to solve a question like this. So what I need to do is I need to take a look at, okay, the ratio is 3 to 2. So how many parts is that? There's 3 parts here, there's 2 parts there. There's a total of 5 parts. Okay, not bad. Now, if there's a total of 5 parts, once I found out how many parts, I just want to find the value of what one part is worth. Right? So right now we know that 5 parts is worth the same thing as what the question said, which is $15,000. Pretty good. Now, what's one part worth? Okay, so one part, if that's 5 parts, all I need to do is divide it by 5. So 150,000, oh, 1,500, 15,000. Let's try that again. 15,000 divided by 5, you're going to get 3,000. And so from here, you can see that one part here is worth $3,000. So that means if Mr. K gets 3 parts, right? So if I'm dealing with 3 parts to 2 parts, if I take a look at this, it's going to be 3 parts, 3 times 3,000. So that's a total of, it won't fit. I'm going to see if I can fit it all here. So if it's 3 to 2, that means it's going to be 3 times 3,000 because that's one part, 2 times 3,000 because that's one part. And so the ratio is going to be 9,000 to 6,000. So that means myself, Mr. K, I get $9,000. Woohoo! Cheers for me. Like and subscribe for me. All right. And Mr. Chambers, he only gets $6,000. So that there is how we would divide it into a ratio. Can you see the steps? We found out, okay, how many total parts? And then I found out how much one part was worth. And then from there, the rest of it was pretty easy. Okay, now I'll let Mr. Chambers go. Or maybe I'll keep him here. We'll keep him here. He's good mate, good mate. So let's take a go at question B. Hopefully we don't need to do as much working out this time because you kind of get the idea. It says here, a ratio of good apples to bruised apples is 5 to 2. So I'm just going to say good to bruised. And I'm going to say that that's 5 to 2. That's just from the question. Okay, now here I need to think, okay, how many parts are there all together? 5 parts plus 2 parts. There's a total of 7 parts. Right now, it says here that there's 2,800 apples. So that means if there's 2,800, ooh, that's one too many zero, equals to 7 parts, how am I going to find one part? Well, I'm going to divide that number, 2,800, I'm going to divide it by 7. So that gives me 400. So one part means it represents 400. Right now, if there's 5 good, right, that means it's going to be 5 times 400. Let me do a different color. 5 times 400 on this side. And then bruised is going to be there's 2 parts times the 400. And so here we can see that there's 2,000 that are good, and there's 800 that are bruised. Okay, now I hope you noticed there that 2,000 plus 800 is 2,800. So that means we've counted it correctly. It means that we're all good. And the question is, how many are bruised? So that means the bruised ones are 800 are bruised. Okay, now I hope that helps you to answer those questions. Um, that's about it for this lesson. Hopefully it makes sense. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos with Mr. Chambers. And that's it. I'll see you guys next lesson. All right, bye.